We are live.
Boy, are we live. This is live. This is what live
We're
feels
live.
like. Super
Yeah.
live. Live as fuck. Live. It's just one of those days, guys. I mean, I'm so overwhelmed with the news. I don't even know what's going on, dude. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
All I know is the one thing I can honestly say about here's the thing I'm pissed about the Trump administration so far.
You're pissed?
Where's the fucking Epstein list?
Hey, it's on Bondi's desk, homie. It's on Bond. Look, I think, look, man, dude, they're going to release that shit. And she already said she wouldn't have done this. She'd been like, yeah, it's a nothing burger. Whatever. She's like, nah, I got that shit on my desk. I think they're just right now, they're just kind of letting people sweat a little bit. Dude, Trump's playing that there 5D chess. He's at like 8D chess right now. He's just fucking chess mastering. He's like fucking playing the computer. Trump's got this shit, bro.
I hear you, but at the same time.
Yes, you got the first Jew mention. Thank you, Rebecca. They're editing the list to remove any mention of Mossad. Probably. Dude's name was fucking Epstein. Look, Jews, we're going to have to take the L on this one.
Yeah.
We're taking the L. His name is Epstein.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely taking the fucking hit.
Yeah, it's the L. But the Catholics will redeem us very soon.
Yeah. Oh, no. Wait till they get to the Vatican files, brother.
I think the Jews just let Catholics be because we knew that sooner or later they'd be of use to us. So we could be like, haha, they rape kids. Oh, you rape kids. They do too. They started that shit.
Okay. So just in case anybody's wondering, Mark and I had a very quick conference right before we talked here. Neither of us really had time to look up anything about the news. So we did one of the most dangerous things we could do for this for the YouTube channel connected to this. We are just going to fucking talk about anything that comes to fucking mind. If you have questions, if you have questions, ask them in the fucking chats. Ask them in the fucking chats. We will get to them today. We are just going to just let it fucking fly. So here's my thoughts on this, by the way. I appreciate Trump's 10D chess. I appreciate it, because who am I to argue? At one point in time, I thought they were fucking up the election. And then all of a sudden his son came in and devastated that fucking shit. He was like, no, let's do TikTok. Let's do Joe Rogan. Let's do this, and fucking crushed it, right? But we should have all the lists. The government shouldn't be keeping secrets from us. Fuck that. Just give us, it's our information. We are the fucking people. Give us the fucking information. What I think they're doing, by the way, the Grammys are on the 6th.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So the Grammys are
5D chess.
Or something like that. Or something like that is on the 6th. So I think they're waiting until next week to fucking release it so it fucks them. Because half the people at the Grammys are going to be on that goddamn list.
Oh, dude, what's crazy is I didn't know pedophilia was such a big thing. I didn't know it was that big of a deal.
Not until the Epstein thing. And the fucked up thing, bro, dude, you know how it was back in the old days of YouTube Fitness. Like I went from being a healthcare executive right to the YouTube Fitness.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't pay attention to politics because you want to stay fairly apolitical because very frankly, you want to fucking be able to coach anybody. You want everybody to be healthy. You want everybody to get your information, right? But all of a sudden, man, in 2019, I'm like, what's going on here with this shit? This guy did not kill himself.
No.
He did not kill himself. That's another thing too. We live in such a fucked up world where everybody openly acknowledges Epstein didn't kill himself. We know it. We fucking know it. We don't know who did it because they're not looking into that shit at all. Whatever. They're like, oh, fucking, he's dead. Fuck, even Bill Gates was like, well, he's dead now. So it's like, no harm, no foul. Yeah, because you killed him, motherfucker, because you and Hillary Clinton probably had paid to have him killed.
Oh my God. It's wild, man. The whole thing is wild. I mean, was it always like this? And do we just have social? I think nothing's changed. I think this is just how it's always been. And we just see it now. I don't see there's any difference. And I do love the fact that Like it was fun. I was listening to Tim Pool on the way to my PT today, and it was really funny because he's talking about like Joy Reid is like fired from MSNBC, and the wild thing is like Tim Pool, just one guy who has some people working for him, but not like the entire like gravity of a news network, is getting like triple the views of MSNBC. That is wild. The internet, YouTube, and the internet literally destroyed legacy media.
Oh yeah, it destroyed a lot of people. It destroyed a lot of things. It like one of the things I say it destroyed also too is like that they can't just say shit. Like if social media wouldn't have been as strong in 2020, they would have just steamrolled this over everybody because they were still pretty able to for a while because they controlled X and Facebook and just about everywhere else and shit. Even fucking TikTok didn't let you talk about the pandemic, and it's like they had total fucking control. And then social media came in and said, "Nah, motherfuckers, nah."
Well, I just wish Elon had X before that, right? I mean, you still get people who come at you. Like I had someone on X today, like, you deny that vaccines work. I'm like, I vaccinated all my children and don't regret it. I regret doing it all at once, but I'm pretty okay with it. Now, the schedule now is a bit more cumbersome than 12 years ago. But like, I mean, I'm not the anti-vax guy. I'm not the guy. I'm anti-COVID vax. 100% don't like it. That doesn't mean that I don't believe that the CDC and WHO are completely correct in saying it's safe and effective for everyone. But what I am saying is that I don't like myself, so I didn't take the vaccine because I have self-hatred and I don't like living. And if you take the vaccine, you live. And I was like, fuck it. I like.
That's too funny.
Yeah, man. I like using. If I'm going to inject drugs, I usually use needles. If I have unprotected sex with male hookers, generally no protection. It's just how I like to live. I like to live on the edge. I like to live dangerously.
Let's just put it out there. Just dangerous.
I don't like playing it safe, man. Sorry, not doing it. If I'm supposed to wear a hard hat in a construction zone, nope, not me. Not doing it.
Well, you're a rebel.
I like to live dangerously, man.
I like to live dangerously.
I like to live dangerously.
Where I'm coming at with it, like, people call me an anti-vaxxer. Like, I gotta be real. My jury's out on all of it. Like, the more research I do, I'm out on all of it. I just got off of a live for the fitness channel where I released an article about how we should never trust people that like stood for the mandates ever again because they're untrustworthy. And like, when you see the empirical evidence, the scientific data, and the overwhelming consensus that it brings is that like there was never really justification for any of this shit, like any of it, right? And because there was never really justification for it, that means we can't trust government. I've been saying it for years, and this is where like me and Mark just talking is where we get into some sketchy shit because I've been saying this for years. Just take a look at the USDA, right? If you take a look at the USDA and the food pyramid, do you know anybody that doesn't realize the food pyramid's bullshit?
I think everybody understands, except for dietitians. Like registered dietitians are operating in the friggin' 80s. I mean, they're still recommending an absurdly low amount of protein based on the data we have available, and it's fascinating. But did they not revise the food pyramid a little bit?
Yeah, they revised it to make it where Fruit Loops were healthier, Lucky Charms were healthier than eggs.
Yeah, well, Lucky Charms, and we've gone over this on this show, countless. They're magically delicious. They're magically delicious. Come on.
Okay, I'll give you Lucky Charms
give me Lucky Charms. Come on.
I'll give you Lucky Charms. But
funny story. Funny story. My brother, when he was competing for his natural pro card, and we were staying at a hotel in Iowa, and I'm like, he's like, what do I carb up on? I'm like, I don't know, man. Just find some fucking fast carbs. Get some fucking cereal in the hotel breakfast. You know, he goes, he brings Lucky Charms. Like, why the fuck would you get Lucky Charms? He's like, well, they're magically delicious. I'm like, fair enough. And he won his pro card that day. So it's just like, my brother's a genius. He came up with that.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. They're magically delicious. So I do have a few things for us to watch. Just to put it out there. First of all, this is a good one. Hang on a second. Let me pull up my thing here. We're just gonna go over this one thing from Mr. Rand Paul. I said
this one, yes.
This is how fucked up this shit is, right? So everybody that's pissed off at Doge, which is plenty of people are like, oh my God, they're firing so many people. I'm like, but we shouldn't pay them if they're not fucking adding to it. Like, if we can fire them and the fucking government still runs, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
Well, the thing is, didn't Facebook just lay off like 12,000 people? And like, they're like, so we have this mindset that once you're hired for the government, you can never lose your job. Yet people lose their jobs all the time. And then they find new jobs and they usually do better at those new jobs.
So this is from Rand Paul's account. It says, speaking of which, buried in foreign aid reports last year, I discovered something. We give foreign aid to China. So the government is so dumb, it is literally borrowing money from China to give it back to China while paying interest on it. This is why we need a Department of Government Efficiency. I mean, just to
who okays that? Like, who's like, sounds good. Yeah, sounds like a fantastic idea. Let's borrow money to give it back while paying interest on the borrowed money.
Well, his point was that's why all bills need to be one page, right? Because they'll bring a 1,700 page bill, and on one line of it, it will be like $5 million to fucking China. You know, to some, and it's not
like
even to
the
China.
Save the Puppies bill, right? So they call it something like Antifa. They're not anti-fascist. They're pro-fascist. And Black Lives Matter has never saved one black life. And but they give it that name. So you're like, yeah. So they're like, hey, do you think Black Lives Matter? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course, man. I think all lives matter. No, but black lives specifically. Do you think they matter? I'm like, well, of course Black Lives Matter. And then they're like, well, here's what we're doing. We want to get rid of the nuclear family. Well, then I don't like that. And they're like, well, you're saying black lives don't matter? And I'm like, no, I'm saying that fuck you, man. You're wrong.
That's fucking
they're
crazy.
So fucking genius at marketing, dude. Like, they're fucking wild. Like Antifa, you're saying you're pro-fascist? No, I'm saying I'm anti-Antifa. So if you called yourself like the Don't Kill Puppies crew, it's like, so you for the Don't Kill Puppies crew? No, I'm not.
You gotta say no.
You guys kick old people, and then they're like, oh, so you really want to kill puppies then, huh? It's like, what? Yeah. It's like, God, they're so good with naming. Oh, and Greg Dubé, the Patriot Act, right? Yep.
The Patriot Act is the most unpatriotic fucking thing ever. For those of you that are unaware, the Patriot Act came about from 9/11. People often think that 9/11 was caused so it could cover up basically the Pentagon admitting they lost trillions of dollars literally the day before. They literally admitted they could not account for $2 trillion worth of shit the day before. And then 9/11 happened, and 3 buildings, only 2 of which were actually hit by planes, fell into a perfect imprint in the middle of a city. Then we had the Patriot Act come out, and the Patriot Act was because we're worried about terrorists whose ID we found 5 blocks away from the fucking exploded towers. By the way, very, very, very believable. But because of that, none of us can ever have privacy again. They can spy on us whenever the fuck they want. Just assume they're listening. Mark and I assume they're listening. We say hi to them in our chat all the time.
Yeah, but I almost want them listening to my conversations. Like, I mean, I'm serious, because I I have some really good conversations. Like, it's really cool. They can learn a lot.
Yeah.
Like me talking to my kids and
I would
stuff.
agree.
I think it'd be a great one. You know, I think, I don't know if you watch Pat McAfee, but they did a whole thing where they were talking about the moon landing. It was so good. You see that segment?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God. Let me pull it up. It is so good. Okay. So how long? It's 11 minutes. Oh, this is 4 years ago? This is 3 weeks ago. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, let me bring it up. The way they do it, like these guys are they're bros, right? We'll see if we can watch some of it and not fucking take the whole time because it's it's a show like ours. They just fucking yap. And
That's awesome.
Yeah. They just yap.
You guys should have us on to just yap with you.
Dude, I would love to be on McAfee, man. He was one of the best punters. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I know sports ball. I'm like, yeah, I like sports ball. Okay. Oh, and by the way, AJ Hawk was a fucking dog. He was a monster. All right, let's play this.
Now, who knows what's real and what isn't real? I'm not talking about the moon landing.
No, yeah, it's 1,000% real.
1,000%.
Yeah, if you could,
million.
If you could go like 1,000,000%, it'd be 1,000,000%.
A million?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. USA.
USA.
That's amazing. We had all that, and then we just threw it out and said never again.
Well, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, we did it. Like, let's close this book, and now let's.
Yeah. What about just like the streaming quality in general? Being able to stream that from the moon back to America. Why did we stop doing that?
I think they just realized we weren't ready for it yet.
Humans as a
As a society, we just were not ready for it yet. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
That's hard to believe.
It's unbelievable.
Zeno said, I don't know if this is the real moon.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
This is
Looks like it.
I don't think this is real. I don't think this particular shot here is real. I don't think that's Buzz and Neil.
No, it's not. It's not.
Who was the camera person for that? Was it Scorsese up there with him or
Jim Lovell, I think.
Okay.
One of the
I thought it was Stanley Kubrick.
Well, a lot of people say that, and those people are fucking idiots.
What did Stanley Kubrick do?
That's what everyone says. Stanley Kubrick was the one who, filmed the movie
Yeah, there's a movie
on the
about it.
soundstage in Hollywood.
Oh, you're talking about the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Exactly.
They're not the only ones. A lot of people say
A
that.
lot of people do say
Not us on this particular show.
Of course not, because we're realists. We live in the real world. Okay.
Where?
Where we landed on the moon and we won the goddamn space race.
In what year?
1969.
At the time, that was the most important thing in the world. You don't think the U.S. was going to win the most important thing in the world?
I agree. I think we won it. I think we won it. Even if we didn't, we won
We're
it.
going to lose to Russia?
If we were able to bluff and win it, I'm okay with
That's
it.
almost even better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we were able to fake a moon landing and get everybody to believe that we did it, I'm still a USA 1 type guy. Shit, I'll bluff a hand. I'm not scared to do that. If we get a win, we get a win. If the chips come back to us, we count it as a win. But the older I get, the more I think about it. I don't know.
I would advise just not thinking about it.
Okay.
So you get the point. The way they talk about it, you realize how we didn't land on the moon. I don't believe it. I can't even get I was filming a podcast today. My internet cut out. And I was supposed to believe these motherfuckers were on the moon and they had fucking no fucking latency. It's just fucking beam back.
When you get into the research of this shit, like, and you realize that they claim that we lost the technology to go to the moon, by the way.
How do you lose technology? So those little magnets that go on the back of the mics, so you don't have to clip it on your shirt. Thomas lost one today, and I'm like, fuck, that pissed me off. It's $15 backing right there, and I'm like, I was mad that I lost that. I didn't lose the technology to go to the fucking moon.
Right, and everybody's like, "Oh, we just lost it."
That's got to be like trillions of dollars and shit, right? Like you fucking launched motherfuckers into orbit and they landed on the moon, which is made of Swiss cheese.
Yes, of course. It does. What's very fucking weird, by the way, is if we won the race, why would we not go? Like, we're supposed to believe that the United States federal government is passing up resources from the moon. Like,
There's got to be
yeah,
some
we went
shit
there.
up there, right?
We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Like, you're telling me that there's not like minerals and shit like that we should be trying to get, or at least try to see if they're there. Like, I would have thought we landed there in 1969. That's been 45 fucking years ago, or 55 fucking years ago.
What if there's fucking kryptonite there, bro?
What if there's gold kryptonite and it makes us superheroes?
Oh, Captain America shit.
Yeah, Captain America shit, motherfucker. Hell yeah.
Dude, I don't fucking get the moon. I don't get it. The moon landing, I don't know how anybody can believe it. I'm just being real. Like, I did some just compulsory research on it, and I'm like, none of this shit. The simple fact that, dude, think about it, 1969. Alan, you're old enough to remember this. Do you remember we first got
I am not old enough to remember
Wi-Fi?
1969, bitch. Oh, dial-up Wi-Fi.
No, motherfucker. Different. I was segueing. Check it.
Yeah, dial-up Wi-Fi, yes.
When the internet came about, all right, 28.8 kbps, you dial up and then somebody calls you and you get popped off, right? Like, this is 1993. All right, 93. I remember 93 because it was the first time I saw titties on the internet. All right, check it out. You're telling me that dozens of years ago, 1969, well before 1993, these motherfuckers are filming on the moon and streaming it back to Earth with no latency.
It takes a pretty willful suspension of logic to get there, but that's what we got to do in our society.
USA.
USA.
If we bluffed, and Pat was right, if we bluffed and we won it, I'm still okay with that. I mean, that space war was crazy. You don't think the Russians would have been like, I don't think they did it. There was someone had to be like, because at that time, bro, when I was a kid, like, if we didn't have cordless phones when I was first a kid, like, that came out when I was like 7. Like, dude, you used to have, you remember, like, you had a phone in the kitchen that would have one long ass fucking coily cord that can literally, you could walk around in the living room with it and then walk back. That was our cell phones back then. A long fucking cord.
Shit. A long cord.
And you're telling me
get one of those
that
for my house.
years before that, they got a fucking stream from the fucking moon?
Yeah, so fucking ridiculous. Just wild. But dude, a lot of people are going to believe that shit because people are fed all sorts of shit. It's the same thing. Like, I have yet to hear a plausible reality of how the pyramids were built, like ever. Ever.
No, there were no. Perfectly fine explanation. There were really so. Have you ever seen Bill Goldberg from the WWE?
Yeah.
So there was thousands of Bill Goldberg Jews.
Oh, okay.
No, it's true. And they built the pyramids.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Jews. See, everybody thinks Jews. They think like fucking. They think like Rabbi Shmuley and the fucking Hollywood people. No. It was all Bill Goldberg Jews. Jews didn't develop into whiny little bitches until like well after Jesus was born. Because they were mad. Like, Jews were actually really alpha in the BCs. Like, a lot of people don't know this. Like, Jews are really big alpha, fucking just alpha masculine men. And then what happened is Jesus is like, fuck that shit. I'm starting a new religion. And then all the Jewish men just started becoming whiny little bitches. Basically, they're original liberals.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense, actually.
So Bill Goldberg is a long lost relic of how the Jews used to be.
And how they built the pyramids.
That's how they built them. Bill Goldberg just picked him up over his head and tossed it like this.
It only takes like 3 or 4 of them. They're like 120-ton pillars. It only takes like 3 or 4 Bill Goldbergs to move.
Have you ever seen the Bill Goldberg spear?
Yes.
The jackhammer? There's no way Bill Goldberg couldn't build. My question to you is, how do you not believe that Bill Goldberg could build the pyramids? Especially when we have
very stupid.
When we have like 1,000 Bill Goldbergs building the pyramids.
Yeah. Can you imagine 1,000 Bill Goldbergs?
Oh man, it's almost equal to one Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Not quite.
But even if you have 1,000 Bill Goldbergs, wouldn't that be a lot of food to come up with every single day while they're carrying all this shit?
Well, I mean, Bill Goldberg will just feed on the souls of other human beings.
Oh, shit. That's right. So the Bill Goldbergs that pass away while building the pyramid, they just suck the soul in, and that's their nourishment. So it just keeps enriching them.
Oh, Bill Goldberg won't die. He's immortal. So the Bill Goldberg you see now has been alive for thousands of years.
Where's the other ones?
They're waiting.
They're waiting.
Just
They're
in
waiting
case. Just in case.
They're all Mossad. They're all Mossad.
Okay, dude. Stop it with this. Just fucking stop. I will block you. Brock Lesnar is not better than Bill Goldberg. That is anti-Semitic. I will not stand for this anti-Semitism in this chat on this day of no prep.
Just because the anti-Semitism's there, I'm not going to chime in. But I have something different for us to watch.
Oh no!
Like we're still having fun, but I want you to watch this fucking insanity, dude.
All right.
This is just Mark's been tied up all day, so he didn't see that I posted this. But I need you to see this fucking
I haven't
craziness.
Yeah, I was gonna go over your video. I was gonna go over your tweets.
Doing something normal.
She looks like she just got slapped in the face.
She's been crying, and she's why. Listen to this.
A kindergartner is doing something normal, showing her privates to her classmates.
This can't be real.
And now she's kicked out of the Valentine's Day party when other boys have showed their private parts and they won't tell me if they're in trouble or not or what, or if they're kicked out. But my daughter is definitely kicked out of the Valentine's Day party. I was literally getting ready to get snacks together with my baby. It's hard enough to do anything. My daughter loves Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, she shows private parts.
I'm pissed. I'm so mad. I have to go pick her up from school for this. They literally said we're gonna punish her because this is the second time she's done it. I've had talks with her. Her dad's had talks with her. My aunt, who's a teacher, has had talks with her. I was a nanny. Okay, it's just normal. Kids do it. Like, don't make her stay home from her Valentine's Day party. That's so mean.
I don't.
So in America,
know if I have a response to this.
In America, and I'm a big believer in freedom, so I'm not necessarily saying I believe in this, right? But I can see the argument made where in America you need to have a license to catch a fucking fish. And that woman is a parent. I'm just saying. You need to have a license to catch a fish. And this woman who is more upset about her daughter not being able to go to a Valentine's Day dance because she's showed her privates multiple times to people. Multiple times. Mark shows his privates to everyone. He does, though. He does.
It's a sport. It's bodybuilding. It's what we do.
It's what you do.
It's what we do. Oh man, hey. God damn, I have to do it.
What's that? Oh God, here he goes. I know what he's doing already.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of showing your privates to people, do you guys remember Jason Blaha?
Yes.
Oh man. So okay. So Jason Blaha in the mid 2010s was basically an anti-YouTuber on YouTube, where he actually, I think it was 6 weeks in a row, he did 3 videos a week trashing me, saying I'm a scam artist. One time he actually had people believing that I fornicated with goats, which I thought was quite funny. So long story short, 15 minutes of fame, as we all know, sometimes doesn't last all 15 minutes. So when you have no actual life skills and you have no actual experience and you've never actually worked a real job in your life, what do? When not many people are watching your videos, which I mean, did you know he's still doing videos, bro?
I haven't checked up on him in a long time.
Because I mean, you're missing out on this. Like, this is awesome stuff. Like, look how
the last time I watched a video of his was he copyright struck me, and then since he got my information, he called me and we had it out on the phone.
You mean you don't want to watch this sexy man?
You know, honestly, and here's my thing, man. Like, I don't get I hate to even say this. He's in better shape than fucking 99% of America. But I just don't I don't understand the still going with that. That's not a good look right there, bro. It's not a good look. It's not
yeah, I don't even lift my shirt off, bro, and I'm jacked.
No.
Okay, well, he's gonna die. Okay, so I know you're wondering to yourself, as I'm sure Alan is, I wonder what's going on under them shorts.
I'm really not.
And the good news is now you can see what's going on in the shorts if you subscribe for only $14.99 a month to Jason Blaha's OnlyFans.
Are we sure that's him?
Oh, of course we are. I got more. You just click on this picture right here. And there it is. That is Jason Blaha. And it is linked.
I'm leaving.
It is linked from his actual link tree. Somebody sent this to me. I didn't find it. Don't even accuse me of that. Alan, it's off. You come back. Hey, so here's what I gotta say. Guys, here's the problem. All these motherfuckers on social media have never had a job before. So here I said, actually, I have a video coming out about this. So there's a reason why my dream is to basically, Alan, I want to just live off grid, solar panels, rainwater collection, and have chickens for eggs and all that good stuff, right? But I don't do it because God forbid something happened. I'm within 20 minutes of Nashville. I get a job and make money and work for someone and make money because I have a resume and I have education and I have all these things. The problem with the internet is you have a bunch of talentless fake people giving advice. And what happens is when that well runs dry, they normally aren't good at saving and investing money. What happens? They sell dick pics.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. Like, he's got to be close to my age too.
Oh, dude, yeah, I think he's closer to my age. He just hasn't aged as well. I think he's actually, I think he's four. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a YouTube. I could Google it. I'm sure it's on Google. All right. Yeah, I think it's really funny how it's kind of feels nice for me because the guy was really mean to me. But yeah, it's man, I remember one time. Oh, he's 48.
Whew.
He's 48 years old. Resorting to being a sex worker. I like it. I'm going to burn my hard drive now.
That's a choice. It's certainly a fucking choice. It's a choice.
But what is he going to do to make money? Like, okay, so what have these people ever done? Like, have they ever had a job? Have they ever shown they can produce?
Well, a lot of them have been to prison, and they kind of count that as their resume.
Good old cow.
Some of them have built very shit. There's a slew of them, but some of them have built very good businesses. Like when you take a look at I think a lot of the guys that started from not just necessarily in YouTube, but they started doing other shit like competing and stuff like that. Like look at Mark Bell. Mark Bell's an entrepreneur.
Look at Christian Guzman.
Yeah, Christian Guzman, same thing. These guys should teach classes on entrepreneurship, just like you should, right? But for a lot of it is like there was a lot of people that were just trying to get YouTube famous. Like they were saying all the catchy lines and everything like that. Like I always think about like, you know, people would work harder on figuring out the algorithm than they would work harder on their content. Like,
yeah,
I like people, you know, I've a lot of my views have evolved. Like me and you talked about that yesterday, where it's like, you know, the same me 10 years ago, there's more data. I've read more. Like shit, dude. I in the last probably 5 or 6 weeks, I have assimilated more knowledge about shit writing articles than I have in years, you know, like, so of course we're wrong. These people don't want to fucking give up on shit. And they get desperate because I will say this one more time. The internet, no matter how much we think it needs more, only needs so many bicep curl videos. They only need so fucking many bicep curl videos. Like there's only so many ways where you can discuss which angle is better. Like, I mean, that's the thing. And shit, I still consider myself friends with Cavalier, like the science-based fitness guys. I'm totally down with science-based stuff. Obviously, like what you and I do is very based in science, right? With supplements and then how we talk about health and shit like that. But when it comes to lifting, there is enough to keep you from injuring yourself, and then personal preference and intensity. Like the science-based shit, like, I mean, safety is a matter of technique. Growing is a matter of intensity. You know, like you're not going to fucking push yourself. Like, you know, like I try to, like when people are like, I try to do my curls this way because it gives me a 0.34% advantage over people that do it this way with their pinky up or their pinky down. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, just lift the goddamn weight. You know, but that's what. And then when people start getting sick of hearing that individual talk about weightlifting, they have nothing else to fucking say. Like you, the Hodge twins. Like think about people who have kind of evolved out of YouTube fitness. Very few, because they don't have like. I think out of the people, like me and you are the only people I know of that go live on a daily basis. That will like interact with the crowd, go live, that sort of shit. Like we're the only people that I know that do that from YouTube fitness. The only ones, right? And I think that's because they either feel that they need to pretend that they know everything, so therefore they can't not answer a question. Like shit, how many times do you say I don't know? Like I say that all the fucking time when I'm asking Q&A. Like I haven't read about that, is what I say. Like I mean, because I haven't read about it. If I haven't read about it, I'm not gonna. I don't think I should be giving an opinion unless it's like something. If it's something science based, I want to read about it. If it's like an opinion based thing, I'll fucking say it, right? But these folks run out of shit to fucking say. Like, I mean, there's
only so much fitness content you could do. And
which is why. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you're right. There's only so much. It's finite. And I think you have some people who've done a great job. And, you know, but even Greg Doucette will say that, you know, if I didn't do drama videos, no one would watch my videos.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is.
But I'm also happy that that we're staying out of the drama a little bit now, because like, first of all, it's not like we don't have dramatic shit to talk about. Me and you talk about politics on a daily basis now. That's way more drama than anybody ever fucking needs, right? But secondly, why am I going to argue back and forth with losers? You know, I'm sorry, but you know, people in my comment section be like, Callie would come kick your ass. Like, if Callie could kick my ass, I'd be totally shocked. But okay, what now? Like I said this earlier, like somebody asked if I was going to do a collaboration with Wes Watson, right? Because I'm tattooed, we're both tattoos, both bald, right? And of course not, because like I'm an actual fucking intellectual and shit like that, and he is some fucking grifter. You know what I mean? Like, but also, like he's one of these people that's like, I've never understood this, dude. That whole thing about him. He challenged people to come fight him because they were talking shit. You know how I am, dude. If somebody wants to shut me up, they can come shut me the fuck up. You know, like I'm not going to travel someplace so I can confront you because I've talked shit. I talk shit on everybody. Like I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want, right? So I just don't understand why people get so fucking asinine about it. But then you realize that the only way that people are making money talking about fitness online just about anymore, especially on YouTube, is drama. fucking John Bravo is dominating the views, dominating it.
But it's this. But here's the thing. He does video like the last 15 videos. I'm not saying this to throw shade, but the last 15 videos have been on fucking Wes Watson. Like, and Greg, he did 7 videos on Sam Select. Like, how are people still? No, again, it's not a shade on them. It's like, how are people still clicking on it? Like, Jesus Christ, what more is he going to say?
So here's what I think happens. First of all, and people know that I have historically not been that big of a fan of Greg. However, I can tell you since the pandemic, he has absolutely grown on me, and I have no problem with him. I really don't. He stood up for freedom. That buys you a fucking pass with me. That's all I got to fucking say about anything. And I've truly learned to appreciate his content. Shit, he did a video about Callie, about his Widowmaker heart attack and stuff like that, that explained like what happened with the heart so well. Like it's shit I knew, but I was like, man, I wish I could explain it like that. Like, I mean, for real. Like, but and I think people watch because it's a combination of extremely knowledgeable, smart guy, has kind of our kind of sense of humor.
Yeah.
And doesn't mind just going for the drama every single fucking time. He keeps it entertaining, right? And people watch John because, very frankly, John's comedy has developed tremendously over the course of the last couple of years. Like, his actual one-liners are fucking amazing. And also, John's editing, I don't know how he's not in Hollywood. I mean, his editing skills are just
crazy,
fucking insane. I mean, like me and you talk about the Make America Healthy Again show. Like, if we would ever be able to like get people to get people to back it, he's who I'd want to be the videographer. Like,
you know, my story with John is he did that. So the doctor who did the Iron Addicts gym in Miami that got popped for steroids because Richard Rodriguez, the owner, was basically running that world, whatever it was called. It was like a online steroid site, right? So Mike gets caught up in it because Mike's his partner or whatever at the gym. And Mike, the DEA is like, dude, you're the victim here, right? Like, Mike didn't do anything. He's like, I'm just here doing shit at the gym, man. They're like, you're good, man. Yeah, you're fine. So anyway, John, you know, obviously he gets the expose. And so Richard fabricates documents of these drugs I've supposedly ordered. And I knew it was wrong because it had the wrong zip code. If you do a wrong zip code in Shopify or in any of the, it's not going to work. So anyway, so I'm like, what is this? So like, anyway, and then he did send me a contract to be their athlete. And it was something like $4,000 a month. It was absurd money that I didn't deserve, right? Yeah. And so he's like, here's the contract. I'm like, there's no signature on it because I looked at it and I'm like, I'm not signing that. I don't want to be like affiliated with this shit. But anyway, so like he did videos on me and Mike and they're still out there. And so after the fact, so I was in Arizona for one of my Exos things and I knew it was in Arizona. So I hit him up and I'm like, hey man, where are you at? He's like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, that's not far. Like, let's meet at the Texas Roadhouse between where we're at. So I went there with Sean and John, after talking all that shit, sat down and broke bread with me and we discussed it all. And oh shit, it was great. So I respect somebody who's willing to talk about it. Right.
I still talk to him all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And John's a good guy in that he will sit down and have those conversations with people. The only thing I went back and forth with him about like the contract thing because they released a bunch of those contracts, if I don't recall, right? Yeah. And like this is like people didn't understand this about me, but like they released Callie's contract for it, like you know. Yeah. And I was like, it's visibly fraudulent, and they were like, why? I'm like, it says Callie Muscle. It would have his legal name on it. His legal name is not Callie Muscle, you know. Yeah.
Richard was trying to bring everybody down with him. And then this motherfucker has the gall after he gets out of jail to like try and befriend me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not. And he's like, yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I forgive, but I don't forget. And I'm definitely not going to help you, dude. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do anything to get in your way. But if you think for 1 second, he's like, yeah, I need some advice on. I'm like, stop. And he called me. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, dude, sorry. Now I'm not. You go do your thing. I'm not going to hinder you. I'm not gonna even talk about you. I wish you the best success. You have a family, do your thing. But there's no way in hell that I'm gonna help you.
Right.
That's what you lost. You didn't gain an enemy, you lost a friend. And I was never really his friend. So it was just really weird because their grand opening was dope, man. It was fun. It's fun. I mean, and you know, Mike was there and doing his thing. It was just an unfortunate situation, but I remember when it went down. I was watching TV and their fucking McLarens getting put onto tow trucks. I'm like, don't scratch the McLaren. And it was wild. But yeah, I got brought down. I got so much shit for that. I didn't even do anything wrong. It's like, we knew you were a fake natty. I'm like, number one, never claimed to be natty. Number two, I didn't take those drugs.
Yeah.
But what do you do? Like, it's really hard. Like, when you know, like, also the TRT thing, right? You're not on just TRT. I'm like, how do I prove that? I've posted blood work. I've posted my prescription. My blood work matches my prescription. Like, well, you could be taking other stuff. I'm like, but why? And when I look better, I'm like, I don't know. Like, well, you're too big. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I don't have an answer. So like, what do you do? It's a weird situation when you're telling the truth and everybody keeps saying that you're lying about telling the truth. And you're just so confused at how to deal with the situation because they're like, you've always been told if you want something to go away, just tell the truth and come clean and deal with the consequences.
Right.
But I was telling the truth and I'm still telling the truth. And I still granted, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it just was so frustrating because, dude, I was getting like, I'd be like, hey, you know, I'm getting ice cream with my son. I'm like, are you getting trend too? Gets tiring.
It does. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I was just like, I might as well go on TRT anyway, because everybody accused me of it. And what's literally wild is that, like, now I can understand if people thought I was on TRT because I've definitely thickened back out, right? But you would see me like I was like a very normal looking man. Like I mean, very like I was built very like a very like well not what a normal man should be built like.
Yes,
you know
not like a normal man, but what a normal man should be.
Right. I did like, and so I can understand now, but then I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Have you guys seen me? Like, I mean, and I was well aware, like, you know, like people, I had somebody ask me, like, does it upset you when Mark laughs when people say you're on steroids? Like, no, because it's laughable. Like, I mean, like,
no, I laugh because I like the fact that you're getting dragged too. Makes you feel better.
But
it's so weird.
It's a weird thing. Like, first of all, and I mean this, if your testosterone levels are low, I'd rather you do steroids than fucking have low testosterone levels. And I mean, that's not shit. That's no shit. I released an article today that shows that 500 nanograms per deciliter of total testosterone, that should be the cutoff, because anything below, while it's not the cutoff yet, their life is still diminishing. And it's still not just like not what it could be. 300, your life is literally completely different than if you were to be at 700, you know? And it's this wild thing where it's like, oh, well, TRT steroids. Like, okay, so it's not steroids when we give it to 14-year-old girls who want to be boys. that's fine.
That's
like,
gender affirming.
But most 50-year-old men need to literally jump through motherfucking hoops to even get their doctor to test them for it.
It's wild.
You know? Yeah, that's crazy shit right there.
It's frustrating, but you know what? I mean, like, man, all I could do is the best I can do, man. You know, it's like it's not bad anymore, but like there was a time when it got really annoying, dude. It's like, bro, I mean, I couldn't do anything without. It's like, you know, I'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm really liking how this prep is turning out. They're like, what drugs are you on? And I'm like, honestly, I'm just on TRT. It's crazy. I feel great. And then they're like,
nobody
you're lying.
believes you.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's kind of like the natural guys who everybody thinks on a lot of drugs. Like, I get fucking shredded. Like, I get it, but like, I don't know what to do because I don't like, because like when you say that I'm lying about it, that's like challenging my entire ethical structure and foundation of who I am. I mean, it is crazy.
What's weird is that like you're admitting that you're using hormones, but they just don't. They accuse you of lying still because they say you're using more. First of all, here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. Mark is able to stay like this is what's wild, right? Most men cannot stay very, very lean for extended periods of time because it just crashes their endocrine system and it crashes their T levels like into fucking single digits. It's like dangerous to stay lean for a long time. Like super lean as a male, very fucking dangerous, especially if you're not super lean because you're just expending a fucking ass ton of calories. Like, it would be different. It would be different if you're just consuming, getting a ton of fatty acids, a ton of protein and everything like that, and burning all that shit, right? That's a little different. But most of these guys don't. They work out, they do their cardio, they get really, really fucking lean for the natural shows, and then they have to put weight back on or they will have no testosterone. People that are on TRT can stay lean all year round because they don't need their endocrine system to produce testosterone for them. You know, it's different. And nobody sees the other shit. Like, and I'll be the first one to say, my workouts are intense, hard. Most dudes couldn't make it through it. Mark's workouts are fucking insanity. Okay, like, and that's coming from me, who I have hard workouts. Mark's workouts are fucking insane. So like insane. You know,
I really like training.
There's a whole difference. Yeah.
Training's awesome. I went to the gym at 5 a.m. I'm going at 5 a.m. with my son now because he's in his bulking. He's got a dude. And so you talk about being lean. He held below contest prep level for 12 weeks straight.
Jesus.
For wrestling. Yeah, we got to get his knee MRI'd on Wednesday. Might have screwed up his meniscus during regions. We've been kind of like, is it going to get better? We should probably get it checked. So we got the appointment. Yeah, wrestling, it's just fucking bad. I mean, he's like, it's still locked up. I'm like, it could be a bucket handle tear. Might want to get that checked. So
no shit. No shit. That's fucked up.
Dude, wrestling, everything. Like he there's nothing more he could have left on that mat this year, man. No, oh yeah, he plays fourth in state for you guys following. Yeah. He actually did it. He actually did it. Came in the 14th seed and placed fourth.
That's fucking killer.
Yeah, a lot of people were shocked. I mean, and we came home. I'm not going to say what school. And literally there's a letter from like a very good D1 school, which I don't think he's going to have a shot to. He could be a practice guy, right? But like, he spent the next like few hours on Sunday just messaging D2, D3 wrestling coaches. So he loves it. Awesome. Like he's more motivated than ever. Like the last 2 days, like it's all on my vlog. I put it up on the YouTube channel.
I saw it,
this YouTube channel. And so, I mean, we're doing a modified 5-3-1 with volume thrown in for hypertrophy. I kind of created it for us. So that way I can hit my goals, but it's really fun for me because I'm doing the power lifts again. It's kind of like, oh, it's kind of fun. So we're having, I only got another year with him. You know, it's like, I really want to get the time, and he kind of, for a soon to be 17-year-old kid to tell his dad he wants to hang out with him. I'm like, well, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, dude.
Because
that's winning right there, bro. That is.
Yeah,
that's winning right there.
Well, it helps that his friends think I'm kind of cool because I have a good social media following. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's like, kids. So the kids, I'm not like, I guess I'm a little different than the other dads in that aspect. Yeah. And also the fact that I'm still competitive in a fake sport. But I renewed my pro card today. So
I saw that. Congratulations.
Oh, I mean, I only had to pay the money, but like that gives me the chance of thinking that I might do it.
There you go. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, it's very unlikely, but.
So before we go, I wanted to talk about a few other things real quickly. Right? Yeah. So here's what have you seen how much problems like Doge is having, like where like people are so upset about it and everything like that. And one of the things that they're upset about is that not even Doge, but just the whole administration. They're talking about how Robert Kennedy now they've switched over to him because he's talking about taking a look at SSRIs, right? These people do not understand the advertisement they are giving for him to go ahead and do this. Look at this woman.
Was just scrolling threads and I saw someone make a comment like, oh, is RFK Jr. actually going to ban antidepressants and like medication? Is that actually going to happen? And someone responded, no, because pharmaceutical companies are more powerful than him. Never been like, thank God for pharmaceutical companies, like until now. I was just scrolling threads and I saw some.
So imagine.
Why was the idea to eat pasta with a stainable shirt while doing this video?
I don't know. That's fucked up
Doesn't
too.
look
But
smart.
first of all, that woman appears to be a drug addict to me. She's addicted to her
manic.
SSRIs.
She's in a manic phase right there. Did you notice that? Look at her eyes.
Yeah. If you find yourself rooting for big pharma in any, and I mean in any, like circumstance in today's world after the last 4 or 5 years, you're a horrible person. Like, I mean, you're a horrible person. When it comes out and how, like, when it comes all the way out, like what big pharma has done to people, done to society, like that's why I'm still shocked at Ozempic. And how do you like after the medical tyranny of 2020 and 2021? How were they able to convince you motherfuckers to give yourself a shot every fucking week? It's so fucking weird.
They got big pharma shills like Dr. Nadolsky, who's pro seed oil. Right. I don't disagree with his interpretation of the seed oil data. And I don't necessarily disagree with the prescription of Ozempic. That's where people get it twisted. The problem is people don't think. When I say I am actually pro GLP-1, the same way I'm pro bariatric surgery, if you've tried every other option, meaning hire a dietitian, hire a trainer, try natural supplements, try sunlight, try this. And if you've failed at everything else, by all means, go on Ozempic. By all means. Yeah. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with you going on it without me saying that, as long as I don't pay for it. I don't give a shit if you inject heroin in your taint. I don't care. All I'm saying is, isn't it more responsible for us to say, hey, before you have to take this for the rest of your life, and before you throw down $1,200 a month, why don't we consider lifestyle changes and see how that goes?
Yes. When you also look at it, the funny thing is the woman's sitting there eating a bowl of pasta when ultra processed foods are known to cause depression, anxiety, and mood disorders. So it's like,
dude, did I tell you what I got? So I was going to get the infusion, but I just started doing NAD plus injections.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. My brain is just, it's crazy. I'm doing, so you could usually do like 250 milligrams 2 to 3 times a week to start.
Are you injecting yourself with this?
Oh, fuck yeah, I inject it. I got it from the peptide site I work with. And so I'm like, all right. So I ordered it because I was about to go get the IV, and then I saw the price, and I'm like, let me try the injections. And it's crazy expensive for the IVs. Yeah. So I was like, oh, let me try these. And I'm like, dude, the first day, like I was having these crazy conversations, and I noticed that my brain was like, sometimes you try to find a word, you'll see me do that, and I can't find it. And I noticed that I'm like, boom, there's the word. Boom, there's the word. And it just seems like my energy is just more consistent throughout the day. It is phenomenal.
Nice. I might have to give it a try. Now that I've gotten past the barrier of I don't want to give myself an injection of something, I might give it a try.
Still, dude, I've been on TRT since I was 27, and I still hate it. Twice a week, I hate it. I hate it twice a week. I'm like, fuck.
Are you a alternating ass cheek guy, or is it the same spot?
Delts and lats.
You do delts? You do lats? God.
Oh, dude, look at the size of my lats. Look at this thing. I got all kinds of area in here. Like I can just, so I have 2 spots on my lats. So here's where my lat begins.
Yeah.
Okay. There's plenty of space here. It's all meat. So I do upper lat and lower lat.
fucking crazy motherfucker. And then I've heard people doing deltoid. I'm an ass cheek guy.
So deltoid, you have 3 spaces. You got anterior, medial,
Yeah.
and posterior. Posterior, the problem is I
Right.
have to reach around and kind of do it like that. Yeah, it's. I mean, I will never do thigh.
Never. No.
But I do put my. Here's where I do HGH, so I do that in my calves.
Huh.
You don't feel it. It's an
Yeah.
insulin pin. It's water based. You feel nothing.
Huh. Well, I'm not going to do the. I wouldn't even think about HGH because of heart stuff and everything like that because I have WPW. So
Yeah, you shouldn't do it.
That.
Yeah,
I
I just
shouldn't
have G for P.
Yeah. So hey, I wanted to end the show off with just this last little thing, just to make us feel very, very, very happy.
I thought Jason Blaha did that for us. Oh
No,
yes, you got to play. Oh my God, she looks terrible.
They say to never laugh when somebody's upset.
I hate
a
this
horrible
bitch.
person, so I'm going to be laughing at this shit. But here we go.
My show had value, and
Not ratings.
that I'm sorry that that what I was doing had value.
Apparently not.
You know what has value is being able to sell ads because you have ratings, dumbass.
Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently not.
And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV, and I say this is kind of like being on TV, so I
You're
apologize.
not on TV.
And
No.
then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so
Yeah, you're not on TV. You're on Zoom. It clearly says Zoom at the bottom. So-
Literally, it says Zoom at the bottom. She didn't even pay for the version that doesn't have the watermark.
Right.
Oh my God. Even I have that version.
Me too.
Jesus Christ.
So what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a
Illegally.
life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit. That
So real
My
quick
show
on
had
the
value.
book thing, Matt Walsh had a great segment on that the other day. So
Yeah.
you realize there are no banned books. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So basically a school can carry what? 500 books?
Yeah.
So you know how many books there are in circulation? Like millions.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are like, oh, no. What they did is they wanted to bring in a new book. And since there's a finite amount of space, they have to kick out another book. They go, oh, we'll kick this book out. They're not banned. It's just not good enough to be in the school, dummy.
Right. It's just not good enough to be in a school. This is the biggest audience she's ever had.
That's
Funny.
just sad. Well, I
That
don't
is
like her,
sad.
so I'm glad she's
Me either.
gone. I wish her the
laughed-
worst.
I laughed out loud. I did. It'll only be surpassed by the belly laugh of when The View gets canceled.
It's gonna happen. It's gotta happen.
If I was those ladies, I'd be awfully fucking nervous after Joy Reid got fucking axed. Joy Reid, Larry Holtz, like stepped down, or the one of the longtime commentators stepped down. But legacy media is dying, and if we make pharmaceutical ads illegal, they'll be dead. All of them. They'll all be dead.
Yeah, and I'm here for it.
It would be. I'm here for it, man. So you're here
All right.
tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday.
I'm not here tomorrow.
No.
But I will try to be here Wednesday because I'll just be at HQ with AirPods.
Okay. So I got tomorrow, and then if you can't make Wednesday, that's cool. But Mark is going to
Most
be
likely.
at Mark is most likely going to be at the
No, I'm going to be at the Arnold.
You're going to be at the
100%.
You're
100% going to be at the Arnold.
100%.
Most likely going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, I have to be there.
Yeah. But let's if you're in the area, if you're going to go to the Arnold, there's going to be a lifting event with Mark, Mike, and Sean at some point in time from Ambrosia Collective. So make sure you're following those guys. And then you'll be like, what day is the get together?
So it's Friday night, 7 p.m. at the Warehouse Gym. Go to my social media, or I have a YouTube video on it where you have to RSVP because we have limited space. And then I'm at the expo all 3 days. Well, at least Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I might leave early, and we're going to be there at the GNC booth 1310.
Outstanding. All right, man. Have fun, and I'm going to miss you, brother. I hope she's later on.
Trust me, I'd rather be here.
I hear you, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, brother.
The Holy Trinity Bundle isn't just about weight loss. It's about empowering you to find your healthiest, happiest self. Let's talk about what's in the bundle and how it caters specifically to our needs. First, we got Ember, which is not just any fat burner. It's also going to boost your mood, your energy levels, while also suppressing your appetite. And if you're worried about it being too strong, you can split the tablet in half to tailor its impact. Next, we have Alchemy NCT, which turns the carbs that you eat into energy and not fat. Yes, energy, not fat. This is our way of making sure that the meals that you eat contribute positively to your weight loss journey. And girls, we all know that we want that. And finally, No Morbidity. This one's my favorite because it works while you sleep. It burns fat and controls those nighttime cravings without any stimulants, so you wake up feeling refreshed. Try it out and feel the genuine difference. Here's to new beginnings and real results.